So every year, me and the wife have a little tradition, which is coming up next month actually, where we participate in our own personal home cella or couch cella. Now, in case you don't know, every year on YouTube, they stream all of Coachella, all the stages, the entire weekend, and we like to every year hunker down in the living room, get a bunch of snacks and drinks, watch all the sets, as many sets as we possibly can, go from channel to channel as if we're going from stage to stage. It's a lot of fun. I always really enjoy it. We try to stay as late as we possibly can to watch the headline sets, which every year is getting harder and harder for us to do. But every single year that we do this, there's always 2 to 3 sets from someone that I don't know at all or I've heard of, but I've never properly checked out. And that set ends up really blowing my mind or making me an instant fan of this artist or of this band. And last year in 2025, that set for me for sure was from these guys, Ca7riel y Paco Amoroso, and this right here is their brand new album, their sophomore album, Free Spirits. Now, this was a record that I was highly anticipating. I couldn't wait to hear it, but that anticipation did turn into concern because this record was actually supposed to come out last December. But I believe the day before the release date, they released a statement saying that they were going to push back the album, they were going to delay it, and take a break because of exhaustion, which actually made sense because they've been touring all of last year, doing show after show, appearing on a bunch of award shows. They were all over the place. So I did understand that idea that maybe they needed to take a step back, get the mind right. That made sense to me. But I will say that the cynical side of me had a bit of a reaction with the record now being here. And I will say in advance, the cynical side of me is most likely wrong. But that cynical side, seeing this record being rolled out with this kind of theme of wellness, being centered, having clarity, it made me think, did they do what they did late last year in order to find a creative way to roll out this record? That's probably not true. I will say that. Most likely, they took what they were going through last year and tried to find a way to make it work with this album, which is perfectly fine. Now, the issue is this album does feel like two guys who have been running on fumes, trying their best to make an album as commercially viable as they possibly could, working with a lot of high profile collaborators, high profile A-listers, and trying to make something that is big, trying to make a big splash for their sophomore album. And to me, I think I would have appreciated something that was a bit more straightforward, which at the same time is probably odd to say because these two guys are such characters. They're larger than life, and they're a lot of fun. They're really funny as well, very clever. But sometimes that cleverness, that humor can teeter over the line where it's just ridiculous and just doesn't feel right. I would say that is exemplified mostly with the track Goo Goo Gaga with Jack Black. Now, I like Jack Black, and he's a great vocalist as well. But that song to me just doesn't work. And also, the track with Sting is a hard no. A hard no. Don't like that song at all. But there are some really good tracks with Anderson .Paak, which is also really funny, really clever, a lot of fun. I think the song, the closing track on here with Fred Again, it slaps. It's a good club banger, if you will. And there are some influences ranging from Middle Eastern music, bossa nova, flamenco, that goes along with their typical Latin pop, hip hop sound, hip house sound that they're known for. There's some good on here. There's some really good on here. The issue for me, I wanted this album to be great. I wanted this to be a clear cut album of the year contender, and this falls way short of that. I will say, I'm glad that I waited a couple more days to kind of marinate on this record, give it a few more listens, because this was going to be my first review of the week, but I felt like I needed to kind of sit with this record a little more and see if a lot more of these tracks grow on me a little bit. And they have. I do find more appreciation within this record. Even that Jack Black song that I mentioned before, I like it a little more than I did. I still don't love it, but I no longer hate it, I guess you could say. And the thing about this record and these two guys, it makes me think about that movie that just came out with Ryan Gosling, Project Hail Mary. I haven't seen it, but it feels like everyone who has seen it love it. They think it's great. It's a lot of fun. And that makes you think about you get a script for a movie, and the script is good, okay, or good, but you have to find the right actor or actress who's able to carry this script strictly based on their charm. They have to elevate this because of who they are as a person and their general appeal. And I feel like that's what these two guys have to do with the music on this record, with their overall unique chemistry that they have with one another, their personality, and how it's so gravitational for most people because these guys are really, really fun. But at the same time, I wish a lot of these instrumentals would catch up to what they have to offer as vocalists and as performers, as showmen. And I think that this record is good, but I know that there is a classic record that can come from these two individuals. And I just hope one day we get it. But for the meantime, 7 sticks of butter, peace, love, butter.